Here is my response to this question. This question is about the company's profit. If a question is referring to the profit or loss, then the given function is most likely a quadratic function whose graph is going to be a parabola. It's most likely. So now in here I see the function is given by Rp equals to 2000p minus 10p square, and the domain of this function is given as between 0 including 0 and 200 including 200. So the equation of this function is, I can rewrite the equation to make sure that I have the correct equation. So I can rewrite the equation as R, let me rewrite, Rp is given as, because most of us are comfortable with the negative sign in the front of the equation, and that makes it easy to understand whether the parabola is opening up or opening down. So by rewriting this equation 2000p, so the same equation which is written here, I rewrote it here. As I can see, the leading sign or the is a negative sign, so that means the parabola is opening downward, and when the parabola is opening downward, then it will have its maximum value, and there this thing comes up when they are asking the greatest profit. Greatest, unless the parabola is opening downward, we will not be able to get the maximum profit or greatest profit. So the a sketch of the parabola will make it easy to answer the question. So what I have it here, I'm going to have the sketch of the parabola, and the sketch of the parabola is this. So the parabola is opening downward, the domain is between 0 and 200, and as the number of item, which is p, is produced, and I can show you here, as I produce, the number of items are produced, the profit is increasing. You can see it as the number of p is the domain, so it can stay between 0 and 200. So as this number of items, which is p, is increasing, and then the profit is increasing, but it goes up to a maximum point, and then after that it starts coming back. That means we are not making much of a profit. Now it is going down. So when it is 0, obviously no production, then you are making some items more, you keep moving, making more production, but at a certain point it reaches to its maximum profit, and after that we are start losing profit. So that is not good for the company, and that is one of the reason company is asking for what value of P the maximum weekly profit revenue for the company product be the greatest. So that is what they are asking here. So obviously this parabola, you can see that the number of item produced, which is P, and because it is parabola and between 0 and 200 there is going to be exactly in the middle there is a point, and that point is going to be at 100. So at 100 the profit is going to be maximum, because the it has to be, you can see it here, but how to find the answer? You may not be able to make the exact graph, but you, with the help of the graph, you can see the maximum profit is going to be in the middle between 0 and 200. So middle point is going to be 100. So if you make 100 items, or the P is 100, then it will give you the maximum profit. That is the way. You don't have to really do any use. Now you can check if they are asking how much is the profit. So the first thing is they are asking uh, for which of the following value of P would the company's weekly revenue for the product be the greatest. They are not saying that how much is the profit. They're not asking you to find the value of the RP. They're just asking how many items, which you can, without doing anything, you can say it should be in the middle between 0 and 200, which is given here. So 100 should be the maximum point. And if they ask you to find the amount of profit, then in that case you have to plug in the value of P as 100 here to find the value of RP, the function. So that is what you are going to show you here. You can see that these are the 2 points. This is the point which you get the maximum point profit. So the answer is going to be D. Though it is a hard question, but if you have a reasonable knowledge about the parabola, it can be answered. Here is the response, which you can typed response, which I always like to leave it here for someone to follow later on. So this is my response to this, and in this one I also calculated what will be the profit. So when P is 100, the value of R is R 100, and I plug in the 100 in here for P, and you can calculate it will be 100,000 will be the profit. I hope you understand the question and its response.